It's time to raise hell. Source Gaming is gonna raise hell in this impressions video of Disgaea 7. That's right, I'm here to talk about the upcoming latest installment in the Disgaea series, Disgaea 7, Vows of the Virtueless. Nippon Ichi Software America, their American branch and publisher of Nippon Ichi Software's titles, have approached Source Gaming, and myself, seeking out collaborative efforts. And as a longtime Disgaea fan, how could I refuse such an offer? But this isn't just about me and my interest in the strategy RPG series, it's about the fans of the Disgaea franchise. Given the concerning reception that myself and many others had towards Disgaea 6, Nippon Ichi Software is aiming for Disgaea 7 to be a return to form for the franchise, and as such, they have sought out our impressions by providing us with development footage and screenshots. And with what I've seen so far, I'm optimistically interested. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. With introductions out of the way, let's begin. With Disgaea 6, the Disgaea franchise took a new step in visual direction with a change from sprites to 3D character models. Although I wasn't too happy about it at first, I've grown to be fine with the change, as I assume it provides some ease in terms of work and removes the need to constantly create new sprites for each character. However, there are a few places where I'm still mixed. While I do love Disgaea's character designs 99% of the time, I do feel that the way a few animate or how certain skill animations are directed lack the impact that their 2D counterparts had. This can be in terms of where the character is placed on screen, or the pacing and posing, given the tone of the still, feeling off. For example, Sexy B from Disgaea 2 is directed in a way to make Etna look sexy, but is a bit slower to emphasize the alluring aspect that's trying to be presented as her full body is shown. Then we have this new unique skill in Disgaea 7, Barium Blast, with a similar concept. Character poses, attempting to look cute, and then unleashes her attack. However, the focus on the character at hand feels incredibly weak. She is doing different standing poses with half of her body cut off, and none of the poses holding weight and attempting to portray her as cute. The skill does pick up in pace once she does fire her gun, in quick over the top Disgaea fashion that I never get tired of. I still have more issues with Disgaea's presentation, still regarding special animations. With the usage of fading transitions in and out of skill animations, it causes the presentation of the mechanic to feel disjointed from the gameplay experience. Prior to Disgaea 6, this wasn't the case, as skills would be used with characters hitting one another or casting their spell on the battlefield. And if it was the case that the location would be switched, the screen would either instantly flash white, or a character would be sent flying into the air, immediately leading into the animation without breaking the pace with any form of noticeable loading phase. Then, at the end of the animation, there would usually be a huge explosion or combat transition that brings all the characters back onto the field. Some skills didn't have full animations either, and I don't see the reason why buff or short spells like Fire, Heal, or Espor need full cutscenes. It just wastes more time. And while I do understand that many players skip or speed up attack animations anyways, I enjoy watching them because they are always so energetic and entertaining. As I can see from Disgaea 7, the direction of the skill animations are looking a lot better than Disgaea 6, but hopefully the issue of flow that I feel is present can be fixed with future entries. To speak of an animation that I love, the main character of Disgaea 7, Fuji, has a skill that is directed amazingly well, Divine Kanzan. It immediately gets into the motion of action, the camera focusing on his entire body by panning it around him, almost unable to catch up as he charges his way towards the enemy. Then we get a cut that shows him slicing far past the enemy before another cut, slowing the pace down to focus on the slash itself and the explosion afterwards. Not only does it all animate well, but it also gives us a view as to how well Takehito Harada's character designs and art style was translated to 3D. The thick colored outlines relative to the main color that lies in between keep the designs vibrant, along with additional visual effects and bloom that make the entire image pop. Perhaps it's also due to the lacking visual quality of Disgaea 6 on Nintendo Switch, but Disgaea 7 overall looks visually polished and lively. I've talked about graphics and presentation for a while, but with Disgaea serving as one of my main inspirations as to why I decided to become an artist, I felt as if such an analysis was owed. While I do have much more to say about the way Disgaea has changed visually, perhaps it's time to move to some gameplay. When you're fighting through Hinamoto, you'll never be alone when there's a wave of creatable character classes at the palm of your hand, and spending of your mana. Old-time favorites such as Skulls, Valkyrie, Professor, Cat Saber, Nekomata, and more have returned to partake in battle. New classes have also arrived from the depths of hell in Disgaea 7, featuring Bandit, the male version of the classic thief class, Maiko, traditional Japanese dancers decently proficient in fists and staffs, zombie maidens, revived corpses decently proficient in physical attacks, and Big Eyes, huge-eyed demons with tentacles that are well proficient in magical attacks. With the amount of options, new and old, Disgaea 7's base count returns the series to glory with a number of 45 creatable classes. This nearly meets the character count of Disgaea 5 complete, which was 47, matches the count of Disgaea 4 complete plus, which was also 45, and doubles the count of Disgaea 6, which was 22. I can't wait to bring back my classic team of units that I started with in Disgaea 2, Aslan the Red Skull, Sigurd the Fighter, and Tsukasa the Cleric. I am truly happy about this return to form. Moving on to other mechanics, Disgaea 6's unique mechanic of Super Reincarnation stays with it, while Disgaea 7 returns to the normal system of character reincarnation that's been a series mainstay, still allowing for you to restart your characters from the same class or a different class and building up their stats to become as strong as possible. However, Disgaea 7 introduces a new form of reincarnation, item reincarnation. That's right, you may have spent hundreds of hours in the item world for one of your favorite items, either as a way to increase its stats or also as a way to level up your units, but now you can take the infinite amount of fun and item world spelunking even further. From my understanding, based upon the footage that NiS America provided us, only items that have had their item worlds cleared can be reincarnated. Such can be told by the star featured on the items used in this dev footage. Upon selecting the item that you're interested in transmigrating, you'll be given an option of 3 items it can transform into. Now, whether this is predetermined or influenced by the innocents that are on the item, I'm not sure. However, what I do know is that you can have the chance to reincarnate your item into one that is completely different or the same, and of the same, lower, or higher rank. Additionally, you can also see the history of your item, what it originally started as, and where its reincarnation journey has taken it. As someone who dives into the item world often as a way to grind my units and make my armor stronger, I can see myself using item reincarnation as a way to get to better items rather than trying to make one item incredibly strong now. Next, we have the new Hell mode. Taking a page out of Disgaea 5 and its overload state, Disgaea 7 gives unique characters a Hell mode, which lasts for 3 turns and grants access to buffs and seemingly unique skills. With the footage provided, we can see that unique skills are still present within Disgaea 7, thanks to the sort section of the icon list featuring the corresponding hand icon. However, both Fuji and C4 do not have any unique skills available to use. Instead, they have weapon skills and skills that feature a red sword icon. What I believe is happening here is that the unique skills of the unique characters are transforming or being altered, as I also noticed that the equipped weapon within their models also changes shape, in Fuji's case becoming a special weapon. Thus, I do believe that the unique skills are being transformed or made stronger specifically by Hell mode, or that there are specific unique skills that are only available within Hell mode. Although Magic Change does not yet see a return since its omission in Disgaea 6, Disgaea 7 does see the addition of a new mechanic that in part borrows from Magic Change, specifically when 2 monsters would have fused together. Gembification allows any character to get gembified and tower over any side of the map for the next 3 turns, when the new rage meter is at max. Similar to Hell mode, gembification also features its own special abilities and buffs depending on the character that uses it. While I'm not sure in which way I could incorporate this into my strategy, what I can expect is to fight against some gembified bosses. Whether I'll be able to gembify and return to initiate a kaiju scaled battle is something I don't know yet. But I can see this presenting a major challenge in many cases, as these gembified units can hit a big chunk of the area, hurting multiple units at the same time. We won't be able to auto battle past this one. Speaking of auto battle, that's our final new mechanic. Well, while auto battling isn't new to Disgaea as it was introduced in Disgaea 6, the method of its inclusion in Disgaea 7 is new. In Disgaea 6, you could immediately initiate auto battle by pressing the start button, allowing the game to play itself. However, in Disgaea 7, auto battling is only available after you've already completed the stage. While I understand that this may cause a bit of dissatisfaction for those who would want to get to the story as quickly as possible, the purpose of a game is to play it, and with Disgaea specifically, how you go about playing and optimizing your units and strategy is what it's all about. I couldn't imagine skipping through that the first time around. However, if you're looking to grind, then this could be beneficial when available. I state when available because auto battle is controlled by a currency called Masaline. Each count of Masaline equals 1 turn of automated control, with the max count looking to be 300. However, with what Masaline you have left over at the end of the match, you can spend any desired amount to multiply your earnings at the end of the match, thus also assisting in the daily grind that every Disgaea player will go through. While I have a great distaste to auto battling in general, and especially in Disgaea 6 as it was very easy to accidentally trigger, I think this is the best way to go about it. Require players to understand how to play the game and conquer it themselves before being given the tools to not only make it easier, but rewarding them in the future for at least choosing to go through previous challenges once more. I can see myself using it as a way to alleviate the stress of grinding, and with my own interest in playing the game on Steam and not owning a Steam Deck, this can also assist in speeding up levels when needing to go attend to something else. Once a code that was followed by the inhabitants of Hinomoto. Despite opposing their inherent nature, demons followed the way of Bushido. But that all changed long ago when Demodar Opener and his army arrived. Enacted by him, the Hinomoto Code of Destruction was put in place, aiming to kill anyone who disobeys its laws, whether it's being unhappy with taxes or having the faintest interest in Bushido. In another world that has lost its pride, a girl with the goal of bringing life back to the ways of Bushido, Perilica will cross paths with a shameless man that hates Bushido and takes advantage of other people to make as much money as possible, Fuji. Where will fate lead them? I think that'll be pretty obvious. Disgaea may feature a world full of demons, but the protagonists that do bad things never happen to fully be bad people. They usually fight for the lives and protection of the other demons that reside within the netherworld. But how exactly will fate unfold for our heroes? Find out when Disgaea 7, Vows of the Virtueless, comes out October 3rd, 2023 on PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Nintendo Switch, and PC via Steam. To hell with honor. Thank you once again to NiS America for choosing us for this collaborative effort and providing Source Gaming with development footage and screenshots. What do you think of what's in store for Disgaea 7? Thank you for watching, and always remember to return to the source.